bright future. I'm forever an optimist, but not a blind optimist. There's a great opportunity for the United States and the African continent to foster this amazing relationship for the next plus 50 years. What makes me so optimistic about this relationship? It's a reset relationship. It's a reset. Reset simply meaning that the continent has become very progressive. They have a vibrant workforce, vibrant, intelligent young people, eager to be part of the global society. United States of America have had 200 plus years of perfecting our democracy. We made some mistakes. We've had a lot of great success. We are a beacon for other countries to look at, to learn some best practices. So imagine fostering that partnership and that relationship into the future. And I think both countries can learn from each other because reciprocal. It makes me extremely optimistic. Areas of collaboration. We know for a fact that more Africans' areas of employment, right, is agricultural based. Many more are shifting to service based. So if you look at how GDP is broken down, it's a component of consumption, investment, government expenditure, then a function between exports and imports, right? Mm-hmm. But the C part of it is the consumption. So just like you look in the middle of the pyramid, there's a bulk of Africans that are graduating economically, right? Where they come into what we call the middle of the pyramid, middle income class. Right. Then you have your top tier. Now, still the bottom of the pyramid is still an issue. So imagine fostering a great relationship with a country that has done a great job at understanding agriculture, understanding services, understanding manufacturing, can be a best practice of both worlds. And that's what makes me so optimistic, where the U.S. can lean on many African countries. Many African countries can also lean on the U.S. and become vice versa because it becomes a market, right? So think about this. So the U.S. makes up only 5% of the world's population. Only 5%. In 2050, not too long from now, right, Africa will have 2.5 billion people, as alluded earlier in this conversation. Right. The U.S. will need a market. The difference in the future of their relationship now should be, how do we partner up? Not how do we dump products and services. That's exciting. And now it opens up an entire market for you. Of you produce in an African country, they consume the product, and the excess can be shipped back to the United States or be shipped to Europe, and you have the whole market.
This stuff we talked about. One thing I wrote down as a takeaway was the structural unemployment term. And when your skills don't fit the market, that was something that I thought was interesting. And sometimes I feel like we run into situations where our skills, we're employed, but our skills still don't fit the market. So that was just an interesting thought that I liked to hear about.
Mr. Daniel, you know, I'm a geek, so I couldn't resist, right? And that's the art of it, right? That's the issue that we're all running into. So how do we keep retooling ourselves? And it has to be this constant retooling. And I'm telling years, even if it's learning a second language, whatever you need to do to be relevant in the market, because all of us on this call, I say that with politeness, we are in the intellectual market, we are in the service industry, right? We're working with our head. And if you're working with your head, you have to be 5 steps ahead because everything is always changing. And when you look at the coal industry, one of the biggest reasons in the middle of our country, people are fighting these industry because they don't have the tool set. And how do you expect someone, I say with humility, please, that since high school, they've been working at a factory, they've been able to buy their first home, take their kids to college. Now they're 62 years old. They just lost their job. You're telling them to go back to school and retool. Are you serious? They're going to fight you. I will fight you, right? So the onus is on all of us on this call. Don't ever stop learning, please, right? Because that's your value. That's your value proposition to the market. Adding value yourself. So you don't hit structural unemployment. It's very real because when you hit a certain age, it's a lot harder to do it. Millennials, they can get away with it. But when we hit middle of our age, we're set in our ways. So take that structural unemployment, keep retooling yourself, and you'll be fine.
The CEO Foundation creates a modern ICT center equipped with quality technology accessories in memory of the late Madam Elizabeth Worley, officially named the Elizabeth Worley ICT Center at the Trinity Home Academy School in the Eastern Region. The foundation believes the quality of any society is seen in how they treat their young. old and vulnerable members of their society. Professor Bismarck Idemle is a seasoned investment banker, educator, policy analyst, author, and serial entrepreneur who is passionate about transforming lives by solving complex challenges with common sense solutions. Professor